Welcome to our channel, ladies and gentlemen. At this point in time, I am deeply convinced that God has unleashed his wrath on us. And I think that the reason why he has decided to unleash his wrath is because we declined to listen to the political prophets who warned us. There are times coming when we would reap what we sow. I listened to William Ruto's speech today, defending himself against the numerous foreign trips that is gobbling taxpayers' money. And in that speech, there is something that William Ruto said. And I just want you to watch it and you will tell me what you think about it. Because William Ruto is invoking the name of God, and he is telling us that when they traveled to China, God was so much with them that they didn't even need to explain what they wanted. That when they arrived, the president of China just looked at them and told them, I know you want this, I have agreed, I know you want this, take this, I know you want this. And by the end of it, they didn't even propose or requested for what took them there, because already God had told the president of China what the president wanted.
Creating jobs must be deliberate. Hakuna kazi itapatikana kiholela. Kazi itapatikana kwa kupanga. Tunapanga housing ndio ipatikane ajira. Tunapanga ICT hub ndio ipatikane ajira. Tunapanga mambo ya bilateral labor agreements ndio ipatikane ajira. Nilikuwa wiki iliyopita pale Saudi. Tumekubaliana na wao, wanahitaji watu wanataka kufanya kazi huko kwao watu 1,350. Na wanasema watu wa Kenya ndio wako mbele zaidi kwa bidii. So mjipange. Tuna sign bilateral labor agreement hivi karibuni, nitarudi huko in another 3 weeks. Nasikia kuna watu wengine wananipigia makelele, mbona umeenda safari hii, mbona umeenda safari hii. Hiyo ndio kazi yangu ya rais. Mimi ndio chief agent ya Kenya. Mimi ndio ambassador ya Kenya ya kupanga vile Kenya itasonga mbele. Si ndio? Si mumesikia askofu hapa akisema amekuja hapa Wasikishu, amekaa karibu wiki moja. Si ndio? Alikuwa Nandi, amekaa wiki moja. Alikuwa huko Mbere, amekaa sijui siku ngapi. Mimi nikienda tu kwenda kutafuta ajira ya Wakenya siku 2, kelele. Sasa tafadhali Bishop utanitetea, umwambie hata wewe unaendanga kupanga kazi ya kazi ya watu yako. So tutaendelea kupanga kazi namna hiyo ndio tuweze kusonga mbele. This is how we are going to grow our nation. Na mimi nataka niwaambie wa Kenya ya kwamba sisi ni nchi ambayo tumebarikiwa. This country is going to change. I promise you. Hii nchi itabadilika. Usikuwe na wasiwasi. Na tuko na neema ya Mungu. I have no doubt in my mind. Nilikuwa nasema juzi kanisani. Nilienda juzi karibu nilienda China. Acha niseme nilienda China. Nilikuwa na huyu Murkomen na viongozi wengine hapo, Ndungu nani. Na tumepanga kabisa vile tutapanga mambo yetu, tutaambia hawa watu tunataka mtusaidie hapa, tunataka hapa, tunataka hapa. Wakati tumeketi chini hivi, salamu, hata hatujasema anything. Yule rais wa kule akasema, sasa nyinyi tunajua mnahitaji hii, tumekubali. Tunajua mnahitaji hii, tumekubali. Akasema ile mambo yote, mpaka akaongeza hata ingine hatukuwa na mpango ya kuuliza. Hiyo ni neema ya Mungu, si neema? So sasa kazi yangu ikakuwa rahisi. Mimi nikampiga tu salamu nikasema basi, Bwana asifiwe, asante sana, turudi nyumbani, kazi tuendelee.
After that speech, Ekuru Aukot took to his Twitter handle, and this is what he had to tell William Ruto. A very polite message that, dear our president, William Samoei Ruto, some people, all Kenyans, are not making noise. And the word some people is very deliberate because that is what William Ruto used, some people. So Ekuru is telling him, some people, all Kenyans are not making noise, because William Ruto said some people are making noise. They are concerned over your constant absenteeism from the country at their cost. That is number one. Number two, Ekuru Aukot is telling Ruto, as a president, your work is not constantly traveling abroad. You are employed to work in Kenya, not abroad. And number three, constantly being out of the country can never help you plan how the country will move forward. I think you should try visiting the 47 counties to see how development projects are doing. That's what will help Kenya move forward. Just some unsolicited advice. And when you listened to that speech, ladies and gentlemen, there isn't anywhere William Ruto said what they have done. And if you counted the number of times he was talking of tunapanga, tutapanga, he talked of tutapanga so many times that you wonder, is he campaigning or he's already a president who is supposed to work? Because when they were campaigning, he told us he had a plan. So the plan was to plan how to move forward. Was it to plan how to plan for the plans? I don't understand. The other question that people are asking, he's telling us that he is the chief agent. I agree, he's the chief agent. When he's traveling abroad, there's a lot of money that he takes with him when he travels. Security, medication, the team, everything. Yet we have ambassadors and consulates in those countries who are paid by the hard-earned taxpayers' money. So what is the need of having an ambassador? And you also travel with a team. So you take millions of shillings with you because you're the chief ambassador, and another ambassador who is also there is being paid by every month. If D is listening, I'm not an economist, but why should we have the president having numerous trips? And in those countries, we have people who can do those jobs. Are we saying that we have appointed ambassadors who we don't trust? Because if we don't have an ambassador, or we have an ambassador who cannot face the president, for example, in China, and tell him, we want a loan of such a magnitude to complete the SGR from this to this. Or just a simple thing as, we have domestic, we can give you domestic workers. I mean, should Ruto go to maybe Saudi Arabia or where to negotiate for domestic workers? Really? Isn't that a work of an ambassador? Number two, what is the role of the trades minister? Or basically, what is the role of ministers? If you appoint ministers who are being paid and then you overlook them and you want to do their job. The other question, because this is just full of questions, I found out that William Ruto is still invoking the name of God because He knows very well that when you invoke the name of God, then people start developing fear. Even in church, some clergy intimidate people and scare them when they don't have something to pay to the church. And they tell them, God will punish you. So William Ruto is telling us that he believes we shall succeed as a nation because God is with us. God has been with us even before William Ruto was born. Kenya has been in the hands of God. And I believe that each and every person subscribes to ideologies of the Most High, except for the atheists. And we should not be taking advantage of the Bible or of God whenever we are staring at a failure. God wants people who initiate and do something. That is why whenever people are praying, they say, bless the works of our hands. You cannot keep on traveling, gobbling a lot of money, and you say God is with us. Yes, God is with us. But this should not be used to intimidate or to protect a failure that is already being, because when he tells us, he didn't even have to tell the Chinese government what he wanted. They already knew. Why must we lie? And we lie in the name of God. I don't know whether I'm the only person who does not read carefully my Bible, but the last time I checked, do anything, but don't just aimlessly quote the name of the God. And I know William Ruto has survived for several years with this. During the campaigns, they even lied to the church. They continue doing it today in the pulpits with the M-Pesa clergy. But I know God's grace has got a limit. One day, the people who are invoking the name of the God, of the Lord in vain shall meet the full wrath. And I believe that Kenyans are facing the wrath of God because we were given an opportunity to vote and we voted these leaders. Today, we are complaining, yet we are co-authors of our own misfortune. I pity my country. But then, it is what it is. We have to live with the leaders that we have.